What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about LTCN, BCHG, and ETCG today at the requests of Dialogue Kayaker and some guy. So without any further ado, let's get into this. Yes, the price has gone above this high for LTCN. I personally wasn't expecting that. You know, down here, I was expecting that we could see prices as high. I remember saying it several times that we could see $13, $15, $16 even, and still go down lower. But even here, even at the top, I was saying that it could go higher. But as we went down like this, I became very confident that this was the top, this was the high, and that we wouldn't go higher than it. Obviously, less confident in that now. We really could reject from this area. We could go lower. You know, relatively speaking, we are at the 618. We do have a double top look going about us right now, but it's not a confirmed double top until we have some turnaround, right? Even if tomorrow's red, that's not a confirmed double top. We'd need to get below this low in order for it to be a confirmed double top. Until then, we could just be meandering upwards, you know, something like that. We really could. This area, the 786 to 886, between about 1570 to 1715, 1710, that area is very possible before going lower. I very much do expect that we will go lower. It is possible we could go up higher, but I do want to look at LTC real quick. I was actually looking at it a second ago, and let's see here. Get that there. Lower highs, lower lows. You have higher highs in your RSI. That is hidden bearish divergence. I'm not convinced that Litecoin's ready to go up. I do think it has lower to go, so that would lead me to believe that LTCN is going to go lower, but we know how that goes, man. Litecoin can be doing its own thing, and then LTCN can be going up. You know, they don't have to move in unison. So, relatively speaking, if we were to play off of this very, very small fib here, if I can get it drawn properly, you know, 1433, 1540 are potential areas to top out on. Whenever you've got these like smaller fib scales, you could see deeper retracements, and that's all the way up at 1762. That kind of matches up with the 886 area. That would be, in a sense, a true double top, right? Like from this high to, if we were to go all the way up here, something like that, that could be, you know, a true double top, like an M pattern. And maybe we do that. That is possible. Maybe we do. But I am under the impression still that we will see lows lower than that. If we take the grand fib for what it is, low to high, we didn't quite hit the 382, which is kind of a bullish look, though it's not common to do. You did get above your 236, you even found support on it. This does look really good, I'm not going to lie. But I'm not convinced yet, man. I'm really not convinced. I'm kind of assuming that this is just kind of like a grand trap, man, honestly. Like that's my genuine opinion. I haven't seen enough to be convinced that the downside is done yet. We are getting there. We're getting there, but it's not convinced me just yet. I don't really know if I have anything else I want to say on that, man. Oh, mainly because I have this theory, right, that Bitcoin is going to go lower too, and what's bad for Bitcoin is normally bad for Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash. So, you know, that's my thoughts on that. On the 1 hour, we do have bearish divergence technically. On the 3 hour, we have bearish divergence. Not a lot of volume, but hey, whatever. I don't know. That's LTCN, man. That's it, really. Scratching my head because I really don't know if we go up a little higher. If we do, we could see that $15 to $17 area. It is possible, and then turn around. We could, if we go up there, we could find support on a higher low and then continue to build up. That could happen, but we're not there yet, so we don't know. We could very well tomorrow turn around as well. I want to look at Bitcoin real quick. I'm going to do a video on Bitcoin later, but 46,200, definitely higher than I thought it was going to go, man. Absolutely. Overbought on the 4 hour, but not too overbought. Hour and 22 left. I don't know. 1 hour's got some bearish divergence forming for sure. Decreasing, not like too terribly decreasing in volume, but that breakout doesn't look legit to me, man. That's like one of the bigger candles you have, and that's like some small volume. So it really is all dependent on if Bitcoin goes down, I would say. But LTCN, to just kind of wrap this up without rambling on too much longer, I think it does go lower. I do. If not tomorrow, sometime next week. That's my anticipation. But let's move on to BCHG here. And I can be wrong, guys. I've been wrong before. I'll be wrong again. BCHG a little bit more tame, looking like it's just got these lower highs with the flat base here, kind of like a descending triangle look. Pretty confident this one does go lower. I don't think that we will see prices above this high, but hopefully I'm not jinxing that. Where's it going to go? Low to high here. 1618 is at 240. 1272 is at 267. Something around there would make sense before finding support. Maybe what we'll do is we'll go down to here, this area, come back up, find resistance on the previous area of support, work our way down. And I very much do believe that we'll see prices below $2 over time. I think that sometime in March is when these things are going to bottom out. Let's see, low to high here. 382 is all the way down there at $1.78, and again, the reason I believe we're going to see that is from this low to this high we saw the 382, this low to this high we saw the 382. I'm assuming that we're going to see it again. That's just my genuine opinion. And we did touch this one, to be completely fair, but here we're not above the 236. And Litecoin, LTCN, might be doing more squirrely things because it has thinner order books. It's got less liquidity there, so it might be easier for the price to be more volatile, essentially, is what I'm trying to say. But I do think we have lower to go. I'm not really swayed by these movements yet. They are unexpected, especially for LTCN, especially for Bitcoin, but I'm not swayed yet. I haven't seen enough to be convinced otherwise. I really do like this weekly 61869 relative fib here, right around the 123 moving average. Going back to this one here from the low to high, the 382 is all the way down there as well. It would make a lot of sense to go down there. To me, it wouldn't make that much sense to bottom out here. You didn't even really check back at any kind of area of significance, so it would be odd for BCHG to find its low here. And LTC, Litecoin itself, looks like it wants to go down. BCH looks like it wants to go down. It would be odd if these things should just continue to run while their underlying assets moved lower, but it's happened before. It can happen again. But that's it, man. That's BCHG. That's LTCN. Let's move on to ETCG. Probably look at ETC also. Double top on the overbought zone. On the weekly, hugging that green line though, man. It looks good. It does look good. Daily RSI is neutral. It doesn't look bad. I don't know. This could move up. This might be a relative double top too, though. Hard to say. Hard to say. All right, let's do ETCG. Let's see here. I know there's a bunch of mouse clicks. It's how it is, man. I have a computer. There's a mouse on it. It's going to click. Finding support on your 382. You found resistance. You're above it. Finding support. You're above your 123 moving average. This is a good look in itself, man. You definitely did break this downtrend. You're in an uptrend right now. Last week wasn't too good of a look. You are a little bit down this week too, to be fair. Could you go lower? Sure. Maybe you do go all the way back to 655 before moving up higher. I just would think that if you were to go up to the 61869 that you would already have done it. But with that being said, maybe you're about to. Maybe you are about to make your move up here. That would be like the next area I would look for. I don't generally look for the 0.5. I would think that this thing would want to move to $25 to $32, somewhere in that range, over the coming weeks. But the RSI, the weekly RSI, doesn't look bad. It really doesn't look bad at all, actually. I was going to say this bearish divergence. I feel like I've done this every time I talk about this thing, but it actually looks pretty damn clean. So look for that. I'm sure I made this in my last video. I'm sure I said this exact same thing. Look for a break of this line. If it breaks, that would be your telltale sign. If this week or next week we end up moving upwards, and if we can close a week above $12.86, then I do think it's on I think it's on substantially higher. Was it $25 to $27? What was it? Yeah, $25 to $32, somewhere in that range would be the expectation. So let's just see how this week closes. We only have one more day. Let's see how next week closes too. You know, getting above here would be very crucial for this thing to move up. Whereas closing here or lower, really too much lower, wouldn't be good. You could close here and it's okay. But if you close too much lower than this, like you're at 11.27, if you were to close like $1 lower, that would be a break in this trend here, right? Let's see. Like you're like right on it right now. Oh, that's not fair. Let's see right there. Yeah, right on it right now. So it really wouldn't take much more to break that. And if you do break that, you're probably going to go lower. Where are you going to go? Low to high. 382 is down at 781. You could go all the way back to 533 or 474 or somewhere in between. And that wouldn't be crazy at all. You know, take away the fibs here. Look at the price action. This white line is right in the middle of the golden ratio. Previous areas of support there. Wouldn't be crazy at all to go back to $5, but hard to say. Definitely hard to say for ETCG. It looks the best out of all three of them. It does look the best as far as like immediate growth goes, but that could change quickly. So let's just look and see how the price closes this week. And that's really all I got for you guys. So if you liked the video, hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more. Thank you all for coming. I will see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.